Yes, exactly. And it'll have the residents park there never do. So then the next year, Ed Tate and a couple of the business owners came over and said, please, we know you do like, don't do that because it takes up all the parking. Yeah, we thought it was something different. But we said here a couple times, in the last couple of weeks, waterfall down.
We're here for it, Jared.
Yeah, I thought about that.
I was in New Jersey, I didn't get to see it.
Downtown.
The store is good. And there was a sea of stuff.
Put signs on there, so they can be
They had to run around the back, hang around the back, and turn that roof down, get all the water.
So let's just
And they said, there's another side, I think, where somebody else was supposed to come there. Come down and check out. At the time, I think it's good for all of us. Other than going to do the smart.
How's Robbie doing down there?
Where do you work? I do know.
You're getting old.
So we tried to fit things into where he had the budget already split. Yeah, so what that ended up being was prepaid all the bills for the state
Now you're going right
reimbursed us. That's the amount the state of Texas reimbursed us.
And that's the only reason.
We're going up there for lunch, right?
Combination lunch. Save more,
And they have a easier budget to follow.
Well, one of them, is that what you need one?
Each category.
Yeah, because
Too many miscellaneous
save
items
for
in the budget.
twice back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be something.
Not that.
Civil instructional thing. Which one is the?
That's a real
Said this thing's gotta go.
Have a seat, guys. Hey, nice haircut, buddy. That's a haircut. You've got a haircut too. Some haircut.
Well, how about her?
Are you sure?
What's your purse? Would you like your purse? Or is that Tom's purse? You never know. Your water.
I really like you guys' notes. The nice notes all. First grade junior.
It's just frustrating, trying to get estimates and everybody's moving, there's more damage than is originally thought. It's not just a hole in the house, it's one side, and when they take that wall out, they'll think
Please, everybody, please rise for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First thing on the agenda tonight would be the approval of the minutes, City Council meeting minutes, June 12th, 2023. Council's wishes.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Motion on the floor properly second to approve the minutes for City Council meeting minutes on June 12th, 2023. Any questions on the motion? We'll vote on the motion.
Akaba,
Yes.
Dietz,
Yes.
Bernardo,
Yes.
Walsh.
Yes. And the work session meeting minutes for June 22nd, 23. Council's wishes.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion on the floor properly second to approve the work session meeting minutes for June 22nd, 2023. Any questions on the motion? We'll vote on the motion.
Akaba,
Yes.
Dietz,
Yes.
Bernardo,
Yes.
Walsh.
Yes. And the registry of invoices as presented. Council's wishes.
A motion to approve?
Second.
Motion on the floor properly second to approve the registry of invoices as presented. Any questions on the motion? We'll vote on the motion.
Akaba,
Yes.
Dietz,
Yes.
Bernardo,
Yes.
Yes.
Walsh.
Number 5, oath of office. Mr. Reesinger, please step forward. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Pat Reesinger,
I, Pat Reesinger,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will,
that I will,
as councilman of the city of DuBois,
as councilman of the city of DuBois,
support, obey, and defend
support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and that I will discharge the duties
and I will discharge the duties
of my office with fidelity,
with my office with fidelity,
that I have not been paid or contributed,
that I have not been paid or contributed,
or promised to pay or contribute,
or promised to pay or contribute,
either directly or indirectly,
either directly or indirectly,
any money or other valuable thing
any money or other valuable thing
to procure my nomination or appointment,
to procure my nomination or appointment,
except for the necessary and proper expenses
except for the necessary and proper expenses
expressed and authorized by law,
expressed and authorized by law,
that I have not knowingly
that I have not knowingly
violated any election law of this Commonwealth,
violated any election law of this Commonwealth,
or procured it to be done by others
or procured it to be done by others
on my behalf,
on my behalf,
that I will not knowingly receive,
that I will not knowingly receive,
directly or indirectly,
directly or indirectly,
any money or other valuable
any money or other valuable
thing for my performance
thing for my performance
or non-performance
or non-performance
of any act or duty
of any act or duty
pertaining to my office,
pertaining to my office,
other than the compensation allowed by law.
other than compensation allowed by law.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Okay, the next thing on our agenda tonight, a lot of people are wondering why all these firemen are here tonight. Gives me great pleasure, after being a member for 36 years of Goodwill Hose Company number 75, to do this proclamation tonight. I would like to call up to the front up here, first of all, our Captain Nick Lakaitis, our President Randy Schmidt could not be here tonight. So we're going to substitute our oldest member, surviving member of Goodwill, 56 years of membership in Goodwill Hose Company, Jerry McIntosh. And our youngest member, back in the back, Caitlin Ford. Would like to also recognize, you're gonna have a few chances to say a few words. Ms. Peg Strowski up here. Her husband was a 70-year member of Goodwill Hose Company number 75, who just recently passed away and is sadly missed. So we want to thank you for all your years of being a fireman's wife and all the things you've done for us down there.
You have to be a fireman's wife to know what you guys do.
All right.
I mean, it's fantastic.
The proclamation that I'm going to present to you, Fireman's Competition winner, Goodwill Host Company. Whereas the basic ingredient and the foundation of this city is the voluntary acceptance of initiative and responsibility by the voluntary organizations, such as the Du Bois Volunteer Fire Department, which are responsible for the progress and development of our great city. Whereas the Du Bois Volunteer Fire Department, in its attempt to keep its individual host houses in top training condition, have a friendly competition each year. Whereas the Council of the City of Du Bois has been informed the Goodwill Host Company, after 52 years, has won the competition again. Now therefore, be it resolved by the Mayor and the City Council of the City of Du Bois, Pennsylvania, to hereby proclaim Goodwill Host Company the champions of the 2023 Fireman's Competition, and urge all citizens to congratulate its members on a job well done. Signed by myself and City Councilman Chris Nasuti. And here's your proclamation. Caitlin, you go on, you got it? Turn around and smile for the news, Channel 6. And there you go. Thank you. Okay, we're going to move on to general comments. And I know, Peg, you said you wanted to say a few words. You don't have to stand up, you can sit up.
I just want to thank the Goodwill Fire Company for giving Jack a fantastic send-off a week ago Sunday when they came and did the fireman salute. It was, I never expected anything like that. It was, I praise you guys. It was great. And I have pictures of our department. There's all the guys that was there.
Very nice.
And that's Jack and the box of ashes.
That's what I wanted to do, didn't it?
He had to be there.
Thank you, Peg. I appreciate that.
But I want to thank you guys. It was fantastic.
Beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna open up the floor for public comment. Yes, Miss, please.
My name's Stacy Downer, State Street, Du Bois. It has been 28 days since Memorial Day. 28 days. Probably wonder why I'm saying that. And the American flag is nowhere to be found, flying high above the city. Where is it? Is there a reason that it's not up? I'm wondering.
Are you talking about the one over at the fire school?
Yes. And that American flag is nowhere to be found. As the wife of a deceased veteran, my late husband, Christopher Downer, would be rolling in his grave knowing that this city that he loved, Du Bois, Pennsylvania, has disrespected the local veterans by not flying that American flag that represents the freedom that they fought so hard for and even lost their lives for in the country that they all loved so much. I'm from a military family, and I believe our veterans need recognition that they deserve. Thank you. And if someone could please let me know when this will be taken care of, I would appreciate it.
We'll let you know as soon as we can.
Floor's open. Don't be shy.
David Brett, I live out Sherwin Road, actually outside of the city, but I thought, under the shadow of the stuff going on right now, in spite of that, there's a lot of positive in Du Bois. We have community days in the park, our firemen, Rights Theater, historic, we have a lot of good to be happy with in this town. The fields, there's, at the end of the boulevard, the waterfalls. So in spite of that, there's a lot of negative that goes on in these meetings, especially as of the last couple months. But I do appreciate, even though I'm a township president, the good things, because I consider this, even though we're not combined yet, to be all 1585 or 15801, our community, and I do appreciate a lot of the stuff that this area, has. There's a family that is active at the Rights Theater, the Allen family. two of the sons and the mother were involved. I ended up talking to the father and mother during the lantern walk and asked him, I said, you know, he was wearing a military jacket, and I said, did you just move here? He said, yeah. I said, what ended you up in central Pennsylvania? He said, well, I got a kid at Point Park and I got a kid at Columbia, or not Columbia, up at New York. But he said, and this was kind of mid-range for us. Now the son has gone down to Lancaster, the one that was up in New York studying architecture. But for whatever reason, they chose Du Bois, and I think that says something, you know, because they were looking, you know, they didn't just throw a dart, I don't think, at the wall and pick this area. So I think it says something about us, that people actually choose to be here. That's all.
Thanks, Dave.
Thank you so much, Alma. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
With respect to the topic that Mrs. Downer brought up,
Can you identify yourself, please?
pardon
Can
me,
you identify yourself?
John Smith, William Jones.
Thank you.
With respect to the topic that Mrs. Downer brought up, 2 weeks ago, we lost a Pennsylvania State trooper. And the governor called for a week of flags at half-mast. And in my travels around town, I did not see a one, including 3 of the 5 fire stations that I see on a regular basis. I did not see a flag at half-mast. And the city should be respectful of the courtesy and the camaraderie and the respect that the American flag holds. And I would hope that the city might help to remind people of that whenever there is such an event, including Flag Day, which I miss. So, thank you.
Thanks, Bill. Tom, your hand was up? No? Yes.
Jennifer Jackson. Let's see. I guess my first topic is the $93,000 that came into the city building, and there was a videotape of it. Has that ever been fully explained, and what is council's position on the money that came in? How is the elected council members feel about the voicemail that was left? I mean, are we still supporting the solicitor at this point? I guess I'd just like to know. We've never really had an answer about the voicemail on the money. I just thought it would be nice to maybe see if there was an answer on it. How does the elected council members feel about the solicitor? I'll be honest, I did not put my name in for the position for council, even though I had garnered the most votes. But knowing that if I had, I know what my first motion would have been tonight would be to ask for the resignation of this solicitor in the room, knowing that I don't feel that she acts on behalf of the citizens. So just wondering if anyone, any elected official would like to, talk about it, the elephant in the room, I'm not sure, but, And then also the budget on the $3.5 million loan, knowing that it's for other parks, but now knowing that we authorized the solicitor to defend Sandy Township, fight this, which I don't really understand. There was only $26,000, I guess, left in the budget. Is that all the more we have to pay her, or are we going to be moving funds around? Are we capping what we're fighting or not? $26,000 wasn't much left in the budget, so are we capping what she's allowed to charge the?
Okay, Jen, that's your 2 minutes.
Okay, yep, thank you. Any reply?
I'll be glad to. You want to take it? The $93,000, after researching, we found, Ms. Cherry, please correct me if any time if I'm wrong, was community fund money. It was replaced back into the community fund. I don't have an explanation as to why it was where it was at, but it's there now, and it's all been taken care of. That's where it came from, community fund money. Okay?
Community fund money,
Yes,
okay.
yes, ma'am.
Yep, Thank you.
On the budget, Chris, we talked a little bit about that Thursday. So, I mean, actually, the budget is supposed to be, end up being, try to get it balanced at the end of the year. It's not all the money we have in the city.
Correct, it's not our cash balance, it's our
Yeah.
revenue,
It's revenue, money in, money out.
revenue versus expenses.
And one other thing I'd like to comment on, Jen,
Yeah.
pertaining to your question. Yes, $3.5 million was approved back in January for more upgrades on the park, the pool, basically the city's down what you're seeing down there. I just had a little bit of research done. We didn't get a complete financial analysis yet, but we're working on it. But the tournaments that we do bring into the community, yes, that is a lot of money, I grant you that. But just the College World Series alone, and the Small College World Series, as well as Clearfield County, does a financial impact statement after these tournaments are done. And they both came back with numbers relatively close to one another. The Small College World Series estimated about $525,000 it brought in those 6 days. And Clearfield County was $475,000.
I know the Clearfield, I know the small culture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a heck of a lot of boost to this local community that, you know, everybody that gets elected says, oh, we're gonna bring more money in, we're gonna bring jobs in, we're gonna bring stuff in, and, you know, here we are bringing it in and we get crucified for doing that.
Oh, there's no
No,
crucifixion.
okay, I understand that. But I just want to give you an example of just one tournament. And that's the 6th time that they've been here, so it takes 6 times 450. I mean, that's a $2.4 million that has been brought in the past 6 years. I will say this, that the state tournaments that we have here, the junior and senior league, don't bring quite that amount of money in, but they do bring in an excessive amount of hotel rooms, room nights, restaurant nights. Just talking with the manager of one of our local stores, they average during, let me go back to the Small College World Series, their sales increase every year because his bosses have them do this, $100,000 in that week. I don't want to give you his name, I'll be glad to do it privately if you want it later on. But I think that's an impressive number itself. So these tournaments are bringing a vast amount of money. I look for the Eastern Regional to bring in close to, if not more, than what the Small College World Series is. We're gonna have 12 states here, plus a local team competing for the Eastern Regional. They'll be here for up to 7 days. Again, room nights, restaurants, retail shopping. I call trickle-down economics. They may not spend any money in your business or my business, but somebody where they went, got a tip, or made this, or had a job because of these things, and they do spend it in my business. So that's how I just want to give you a little bit of numbers there. But I've been talking with Chris, and we're going to try to get at the end of the season when we're done with all of the tournaments. PBR was in the past 2 weeks. They were here for a week. Again, vast amount of room nights in the hotels. So just want to comment on that. So with that, we'll move on. Any other public comments? Oh, yeah, if you want to answer that, Tony, go ahead.
I believe the question was, why would the city defend the lawsuit filed by Santa Township? What the city did was to, on the 22nd of June, was to file preliminary objections to the complaint because we found the complaint to be without merit on many areas. We raised, number one, that the court lacked subject matter jurisdiction because once the electors have formulated the ballot question, put the ballot question on the ballot, and the referendum was approved and was certified on November 18, 2021, more than 18 months before plaintiff filed the instant complaint asking the court to act upon the referendum. The court was without any authority under the Municipal Consolidation or Merger Act. We also raised objections because the lawsuit asked the court to assume equity jurisdiction and alleged that the cases that were cited in the complaint supported that action on their request. We respectfully contend that none of the cases cited supported the court taking jurisdiction or acting upon referendum as the Sandy Township alleged. We also filed a preliminary objections in the form of a motion to strike pursuant to PARCP 102882 for inclusion of scandalous and impertinent matter. The township made allegations that have not yet been proven. They have nothing to do with whether or not the court has the power to invoke equity jurisdiction, and nothing to do with whether Sandy Township has the right to ask to delay the consolidation process, which is regulated by the statute and provides a very clear schedule of when things might be accomplished. And for that reason, we asked it to be struck. Thirdly, we filed preliminary objections based on what we believe to be a violation of 102885, raising a lack of capacity to sue on Sandy Township's part, that the section 733A1 of the Municipal Consolidation or Merger Act and section 741 provides for court review if a resident of either municipality comes before the court, and the action that the court can take is to move the case along, to move the consolidation along, and to force the acceptance of the plan. One of the things that we cited in the preliminary objections was that the consolidation agreement was unanimously approved by all members of the Board of Supervisors of Sandy Township and all members of the Council of the City of Du Bois on November 7, 2022. And that we also provided the court with a copy of that consolidation agreement. It is our position that once that has been done, then the Sandy Township is without the ability to nominate itself as a designate for individual residents who have spoken and who have declared that this matter should proceed forward. So, with regard to why we fight what we fight, we do it because we want to cut it short. We do not want to engage in lengthy litigation. That's why we didn't answer it. We filed preliminary objections, and our hope is that we will be able to strike it at that point, and then we can all move on. I have provided counsel, all of you, in your packets, you have a copy of the certified copy of the preliminary objections to plaintiff's complaint that was filed on June 22nd, 2020.
Okay. Any other public questions or comments? Mr. Gelfand.
Elliot Galvin, 1 South Island Street. Was that common practice to keep Du Bois City funds at the United Way? Seems like that would not be good governance practice. I wasn't aware United Way had any type of banking services.
It wasn't, no.
So is there an investigation or fact-finding as to why that was occurring? Is that still continuing to occur?
We're looking into it, if you want to know that. I mean, we're still looking into it, yeah. I mean, it's...
Okay. Thanks.
There's no monies at the United Way now, nor will there be.
Everything's in the bank.
Have in place, correct, Chris?
Correct. Any other questions? Comments? Okay, thank you very much. Number 8, second and final reading of Council Bill number 1973, the Street Excavations and Openings Ordinance. Ms. Cherry?
Yes. Mayor, members of council, ladies and gentlemen. Council Bill number 1973 is a proposed ordinance of the City of Du Bois, amending Chapter 385, Article 4, entitled Street Excavations and Openings, Section 385-23 of the Code of Ordinances of the City of Du Bois, to exempt public utilities regulated by the Pennsylvania Utility Commission from any degradation fees which have or will be adopted or implemented by the City of Du Bois before any permit shall be issued to open or excavate any street in the City of Du Bois. The council bill was read in its entirety at the first reading as required.
Council's wishes on the second and final reading of Council Bill number 1973.
Make a motion to approve second final reading of Council Bill number 1973, street excavations and openings.
Second.
Motion on the floor properly second to approve the second and final reading of Council Bill number 1973, street excavations and openings. Any questions on the motion? We'll vote on the motion.
Achenbaugh.
Yes.
Dietz.
Yes.
Bernardo.
Yes.
Reesinger.
Yes.
Walsh.
Yes. Number 9, resolution number 2023-0366, changes to the designated pension plan officials.
Yeah, this is, removing Mr. Suplizio from that pension plan and adding my name and Tom Nowak as the contacts.
Council's wishes on resolution number 2023-0366.
Motion to approve? Second.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor properly second to approve resolution number 2023-0366, changes to the designated pension plan officials. Any questions on the motion? We'll vote on the motion.
Achenbaugh.
Yes.
Dietz.
Yes.
Bernardo.
Yes.
Reesinger.
Yes.
Walsh.
Yes. And number 10, along the same lines, Chris, resolution number 2023-0367, the signatories on S&T Wealth Management accounts.
Yeah, we've updated all the signature cards. The signatures are Lisa Nebraska-Becker, Tom Nowak, myself, and David Volpe, the controller. We just want to make this officially ratified by council.
Council's wishes on resolution number 2023-0367, signatures on the S&T Wealth Management accounts.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, motion on the floor properly second to approve resolution number 2023-0367, signatures on the S&T Wealth Management accounts. Any questions on the motion? We'll vote on the motion.
Achenbaugh.
Yes.
Dietz.
Yes.
Bernardo.
Yes.
Reesinger.
Yes.
Walsh.
Yes. Number 11, drought watch. Mr. Nasuti.
Yeah, the governor and DEP have issued a drought watch for all 67 counties. They are requesting to reduce voluntary water use by 5%. Our own drought situation is normal. The water is at the elevation of the spillway. So we are not in a local drought watch, but we're going to follow the drought watch issue for the entire state. Again, reduce voluntary use of water by 5%.
Okay, make sure we get that in the press. Thank you very much. Okay, Chief, anything today?
Sir.
Zach?
Nothing, sir.
Joe?
No, sir.
Congratulations.
Thank you. 52 years now.
You're not even 52 yet.
Only one member in this room was a member when the last time they won.
Are you? 57. There is a year I gotta tell a quick story that Goodwill tied for first place and they had to have a runoff. And the driver, who shall remain nameless, of the fire truck pulled up to the hydrant 6 inches shy of where he needed to be. And to this day, Randy Schmidt still has a broken back trying to pull that fire truck 6 inches to hook to the hydrant. So we did finish second place that year. But, listen to that story down at the Goodwill for 36 years. I'm glad it's over. We don't have to hear it anymore. Mr. Black.
Congratulations, Goodwill.
Thank you.
I love it. Congratulations. Congratulations to Mr. Pat Reesinger. Welcome aboard. I'm always available if you have any questions. Council knows that. And I'd also like to remind everybody to pay your taxes. After the end of the month, penalty sets in. Not that, so it's that time of the year, and I'll be in there to accept them. but just the city and county are due by the 30th. So just a reminder, school taxes will be coming out August 1st. So, just know you guys, all my helpers.
So they're gonna have
I'm on
comment
team on
too?
duty today.
They have a comment
yes.
too?
So, but a lot of positive in the city. Thank you for saying that. There is a lot of positive and a lot to look forward to. So, thanks again. And get your taxes paid.
You're way too happy about bringing those in.
Hey, you know, that's what I do.
Mr. Reesinger, anything?
Congratulations to Goodwill Hose Company on the city championship.
That had to hurt coming out of your mouth. Ms. Bernardo.
I was born and raised in the 3rd Ward and proudly moved to the 5th Ward. Congratulations to all of you. What a feat that was. Congratulations. And I want to comment about Jack Stradowski's ceremony. Peggy invited me, and I took lots of Kleenexes because it was very emotional. One of the other things that Peggy presented that was a surprise and a joy for me and brought many tears was that Jack was the last surviving member of the Du Bois Rockets. And the article talks about Jack pitching and Jim Bernardo, my brother, hitting home runs.
Satchel Paige.
Against Satchel Paige.
Yeah.
Yes, sirree.
Yeah.
And that was, I'm sorry to get choked up, and that was the whole newspaper article. And I didn't know that that we were looking for it, and Peggy's grandson had it, and so we're making copies of it to give out to various people and to the baseball here in Du Bois, because that's something else. Back in the day where Showers Field didn't even have lights, and Gamey Showers was always out there with a lawnmower, and my brother Jimmy borrowed the Bell Telephone bucket truck, and the two of them are out there putting the lights up and everything else. So to see that park today, and thank you for bringing it up, and thank you for talking about, you know, when people ask me, why are you putting money into the parks, they just don't understand the economic wealth that is accrued, not just here in Du Bois, but this whole region. We've got teams coming in from Maine all the way down to Georgia, Ohio, Missouri, I mean all over the place for all these tournaments. And I think we have a 5-year contract for the Small College World Series. We had the Girls Olympic softball team scheduled to come here, but if it wasn't for COVID, they would have been here. And again, why Du Bois? Because wherever you go in the state of Pennsylvania, they know Du Bois, Pennsylvania as the biggest little city with baseball and our parks and the beauty and the history that we have. So again, to all of you who've been a part of it, congratulations. God bless all of you. Stay safe.
Yeah, you know, a lot of good memories in the city, that's for sure, and, you know, the fire department's a big part of it, you know, with, you know, what goes on that, not just, you know, Fifth Ward's house, but them all. And everyone that's a fireman understands that, so it is a big part of our community, and appreciate everyone who volunteers to do that, and congratulations. You know, a little bit on the ball fields, you know, I wanna mention, you know, our kids in the area that get to play on these fields, and how it grows their interest to play on a nice field and do things. You know, you talked about Showers Field, what it was, you know, when it was first built, and then it kind of went downhill, and then we took it over, and it's a great complex, and a lot of people, you know, use it. The kids love it. Kids off the street some gets them interested in sports and stuff like that, and you know, that's always a good thing to, you know, a lot of kids that play sports and stuff like that, you know, tend to do better throughout life. So, you know, that's part of their progression, and I think it's important for that. And congratulations, Pat. Looking forward to working together. And that's it, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Mr. Chair.
I think I've said quite enough, except that I do extend my congratulations to Mr. Reesinger and also to Goodwill. Well done.
Mr. Sudi.
So we had a successful live stream on Facebook of our work session on Thursday. Another one happening tonight. Joan gave me the thumbs up that it's working well, so You'll be able to access that through our website, watch it live, and we'll also have them archived. So if you miss it, you can always go on there and watch it. There'll be a video link, and you can just go down through the dates and pick the one you want to see. So we were able to get that live and archived.
The only thing again, Pat, congratulations.
Thank you.
Look forward to working with you. What can I say to my guys? You had a heck of a run. Cellar dwellers finally roll the top again. With that, I'll ask council for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion on the floor properly second to adjourn tonight's meeting. Any question on the motion? We'll vote on the motion.
Akaba.
Yes.
Dietz.
Yes.
Bernardo.
Yes.
Reesinger.
Yes.
Walsh.
Yes. Thank you, everybody.